drafty. It's not like...
Yeah, that's true.
When you said there was going to be a bunch of people here, I thought it was going to be like fucking crazy, like a party, and like people were like, yeah! Like,
it's just like everybody's just now starting to get home, so it might turn into that.
Right. It's almost... What time is it?
That won't happen.
I mean, that's got to be interesting.
It is.
Is everybody a musician?
Interesting. Not everyone's a musician, but everyone is an artist of some sort.
Whether it be painting.
Yeah, so my roommate Chelsea, who lives upstairs, is a writer. And Margot, who we met downstairs, she lives in that room. Lucky her. She
knows everything.
She knows everything that goes on. She does like a lot of booking and promo, and she like works with bands a lot, and
that's dope.
Yeah, she's sweet.
Yeah,
she like does a lot of managerial, like band managerial stuff, I think.
So this is the fucking Thelowroad. I like to like kind of like segue into it and just talk or whatever, you know. You know, my name is Patrick Northern. I have a very, very special guest this evening, and your name is...
Jess Sikon.
Jess Sikon from the band...
John's Little Sister.
John's Little Sister. So, if I can get into it real quick, what is John's Little Sister? What does that name come from?
Okay, the name?
Yeah, what's the origin of like... Whatever you did, you sat down at the table, or if it just came to you.
Okay, so I was looking for some kind of name, some kind of alias, you know, for my music project, and I've always just gone by my name, and I wanted to do something different for like my band, so I ended up just taking my initials, and John's Little Sister just kind of came. I think it was originally something else, and then it shifted around and ended up being John's Little Sister.
So your middle name's L something. Yeah,
so my name's Jessica Lauren Sikon. So my initials are JLS.
That's
and
dope.
it's cool because like a lot of times when I'm like advertising on Instagram or whatever, flyers for show, I'll just say JLS as John's Little Sister. Which so it's
only the true fans know to call her JLS.
You know, everybody else. Yeah.
Okay. So you know, from my perspective, I'm thinking you have an older brother named John.
I do not. Actually, I'm the oldest of four. So it's ironic.
Oh, you're the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
Okay, so you gotta boss them around. And then you have what? 3 brothers? 2 brothers?
I have 2 brothers and a sister.
Okay. Are you the oldest by like a wide margin? Or are you like...
No, actually, my brother Christopher and I are 13 months apart to the day. So my birthday is November 25th and his is December 25th.
Okay.
Which is funny because his birthday falls on Christmas and sometimes mine falls on Thanksgiving. And so, so we're really close in age.
Well, that's cool. And you guys are close?
We're really close.
Do they do music as well?
He does. He's actually, you know, I'm definitely biased because he's my brother, but I wouldn't say it if I didn't think it was true. Like, I feel like he's, like, exceptionally talented. Yeah. You know, he's, like, kind of one of those, like weird geniuses, you know? Or, like, just, he's so weird. Like, I love him, but he's so fucking weird. And he definitely does things his own way, like, no matter what it is. Like, right now, he's getting really getting into homesteading, which is like living off of the land and being able to be totally sustainable and like gardening, and he built like a greenhouse and he keeps bees all at my
like what we should be doing,
what everybody should be doing. So and you know, and he has like he inherited randomly this like really decent sum of money, so which is crazy because he hasn't had a job like his whole life. I think he's worked a job 2 weeks his entire adult life, and he has more money than any of us. Like,
hey, good for him.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm stoked. I've, you know, as his older sister, there's part of me that's always like a little worried about him, you know. But I'm like, you know, it would have had to happen this way. Like, of course he inherited money. He's just that kind of person where like
check, man.
Shit just happens for him, you know, and it's great. Like I'm stoked about it. So he's gonna buy land, or he's looking to buy land right now, and that's exciting. But yeah, no, he has gone through like a painting phase. He's like always been a writer. He's just creatively, he's good at anything that he tries to do. Just enjoys to create. Yeah, and he just does it for himself, and I think that's probably why he's so successful in it, you know. because he just,
well, that's awesome.
It's just organic and it comes from his soul or whatever. It's just.
Do you guys ever write music together or jam?
We haven't in a while. We have before a very little bit. But he's talking about starting up a country band, and I think I'm going to play bass for him. Yeah? So that'll be really fun. I'm excited about that, yeah.
So what is that about? All the people I know in bands, they're never just in one band. They're always like, yeah, I'm playing blah, blah, blah on Saturday, but I'm not playing with this person. I'm playing with this band. I play bass here. I play drums in this band. I sing in this band. Why is that a thing?
I think it's just, well, I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for myself. And I think it's because you just want to have as much experience possible doing what you like to do. For John's little sister, it's all my music. I write it. I perform it. I mean, my band members definitely help me, organize it and arrange it, but it's all my music. And, sometimes it's nice to just, not have to think about things too much. So, I want to be in a band where I can just, practice playing, and I have a reason to play bass, and I have a reason to, go out and perform, but I don't need to, think so much about it, I can just do it. And someone else's music, I just, play along with it.
So with your band, you're writing all the lyrics, and this is also because I'm learning so much. Because, I do rap stuff, so it's literally just an essay about me. Pretty much every song, me, I'm the man, whatever. Right? So, but when you have people behind you, it's like, I never really understood the song creating process that way. So is it, you sit down, you write these powerful lyrics, and then you have an idea of how it's going to sound, and then you just tell the drummer and the bassist, and they kind of fuck with it so it becomes a song?
I think everybody does it differently. The way it's worked for us is that I will present a song to them. And I'm really blessed in that I have amazing musicians in my band. My drummer Matt Childers is also in the band The Modern Electric, and he plays bass for them. And they're a big Cleveland band. But he's an incredibly talented drummer. So he's so easy to work with because I just okay, here, Matt, this is what I have. And he just busts it out and it sounds perfect pretty much every single time. They're if I do want something to change, I could just say, for example, Joe's been playing guitar with me recently. And Joe's an amazing guitar player. But he, we were going over this new song, and there was this part that he was playing that it sounded really good what he was doing, but I felt when I was singing with it, something about it felt clashing with the melody. Not that I don't know that even if it really was, but the sound in the room and the way I was hearing it, it felt off. And so I just mentioned that to him, and he figured something else out, and it worked. So, yeah. So
it's good that you're comfy like that, and it's okay, let me just put a spin on it. It is. It's kind of cool having that kind of relationship, any creative relationship. I feel it's definitely a challenge because it forces you to, have to talk about things that might be uncomfortable to talk about a little bit. Yeah.
Which I think is probably good for anybody, A
buddy of mine always told me he's in a metal band. He's a frontman in a metal band. And he always said, with making music, it's all about, not all about, but it's a lot about being able to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're just writing down these lyrics, and some songs got to be more emotional than others. And it's damn, now I gotta yell this at my band, and they gotta support me,
Well, yeah, and a lot of times too, and again, I'm really lucky that I have bandmates that are so willing to be honest with me too, because there have been a lot of times where I've presented a song to a band and they're to the band, and they're what if we change this? This doesn't really work that well. What if we add a beat here, or what if you change the words here? So it's nice to get that feedback for sure, but it is uncomfortable because it's any doubts that I might have, okay, here it is, it's I can't. Yeah, it's definitely intimidating, because I sit in my room and I write by myself, and I just if I like it and I feel it's good enough to present to the band, then I spent a lot of time making sure it's right for how I or at least as close to right as whatever right is, as close to finished as it can be, and then when I present it and they kind of like tear it apart a little bit, it can be uncomfortable, but it's great, you know, because it's like I don't want to like play a half-assed song, like I don't want to
you don't want a bunch of yes men like
I don't want crickets. I don't want people to tell me that it's good if they have any holds about it. Like I want to know everything because I want to like learn. I want to learn from it. It's a creative process. It's a learning process, you know. I want to figure out how I can write better, you know, how I can be more like
perfect your craft or work on it. You
exactly.
know? We do have a question on my live.
Yes.
Oh, this is from Indigo Chalice, making all those great stones with intentions. How do you balance art and life? How do you balance art and life? From Indigo Chalice. Thank you for the question.
That is a really good question. I'm trying to figure it out all the time. I don't sometimes. Sometimes it's not balanced at all, and I'm totally unhappy at those points, you know? Because, like, right now, like, I was telling Pet earlier that, you know, I'm living in this apartment. My boyfriend and I are smushed into this bedroom. Like, I don't have any of my shit here. Like, it's just, it's like I have, like, a third of my no, probably like a fifth of my clothes here.
Where's your shit?
All of my shit's at my parents' house right now.
This is safe.
It's in storage at my parents' house until we find an apartment. We actually did find one finally, but you know, it's hard because we don't have a lot of alone time, and he's a musician too, and he writes music too, and so it's hard to find time to be with myself, to put time and energy into writing or painting, because I do visual art too. You know, it's...
Oh, shit. I didn't know you did that as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's definitely hard. And a lot of times I feel like my art gets put on the back burner, and it drives me nuts. Like, I feel really unhappy when everything else is taking priority over my art. I feel like I'm the most happy when my art is what I'm predominantly focused on, because I'm always like predominantly focused on it in my subconscious, even if I'm not like physically able to express that all the time.
Oh, so, I feel you. I've been at work sometimes, like going through songs that I'm never gonna put out, and like making like fake track lists on my notepads and shit. Like, this is gonna look good. Like, this is the intro, right? And then I totally vibe with that. So I totally get that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think, you know, and it's easy to come up with excuses for why it's not balanced. Like, oh, yeah, you know, like I just said, like, me and Joe are squished into this room, so we don't have time.
I don't have enough clothes.
Like, I don't have clothes to do art. So, so, I mean, realistically, I think I'm probably, like, lazy about it a little bit. Like, realistically, in my perfect world, I would be waking up at 7 a.m. every morning and, like, going downstairs if I need to write. Like, just doing whatever I need to do to make sure I'm doing it. And I don't do that all the time, but I want to.
Yeah, it eventually gets to that point.
It'll get there. Like, and I also try to like not beat myself up about it. Like, it's also balancing not being frustrated with myself when I don't need to be about it. It's like, you know, I've been really busy. I'm really tired. Like, sometimes I need to just sleep. You know, and because I really do think that when we are giving ourselves what we need, like internally, you know, and just like being patient and gentle with ourselves, that's when the creative juices are able to flow in general.
When the gears are working the best.
Yeah, when we're just taking care of ourselves and we're not like telling ourselves that we're not good enough, and which is really hard to do, you know, for whatever reason, or hard to not do, I guess.
Great answer though. I'm surprised someone asked. That was really cool.
That was a good
question. Questions on that. That was a good question. Yeah, shout out Indigo Chalice. Buy them oils, essential oils. Put them on your skin. It's vibrant.
Which is also a great way to give yourself what you need.
Exactly. If you're feeling it, you're in a fog. Okay, so tell me about the other members in your band.
Okay. So
how many?
Well, it's kind of been this rotating thing. Like, originally it was myself and Matt Childers, who is in the Modern Electric. If you guys haven't heard them, they're like an amazing like pop rock band.
Modern Electric?
The Modern Electric, yeah.
Okay. Check out the Modern Electric.
So he plays drums, and then it was Brandon Tonti and Joe Wolf on bass and guitar.
Okay.
Originally,
yes.
They're both in the band Jividan, which is another amazing Cleveland band.
And what kind of genre?
They're like, I don't.
And it's hard. There's so many subgenres now of everything.
And I don't know if I'm gonna say it, and they're gonna be like
off the top.
It's like rock. It's rock.
Okay.
You know, it's like soulful
modern
and bluesy. And,
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great. It's good.
All right.
It's pretty. You know, honestly, I feel like. I don't know. They're just good musicians. I feel like it's music that a lot of people could love and understand, you know? So yeah, they're good. And so now so Joe stopped playing in the band for a while. Brandon is now not in the band. So right now the band is me, Matt, Joe is playing guitar again. And I have 2 new bandmates. Kathleen, who plays bass, and she's awesome.
Sweet.
She's in the band The Katy.
The Katy?
Like the Katy. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're I haven't heard their new album.
Listen to The Katy.
But their first album was really good.
Yeah. So they have 2. So
I think so. Or the first one was, I think, like an EP.
Right.
And I've heard that. But there's this one song.
So if
so good.
So if it's an EP, that only has to do with the length.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So if it's under an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's an EP, right?
Yeah.
Is that the rule?
Yeah, I think so.
But does that make it not an album? Like, can't you just be like, yo, this is 6 songs, like, this is an album because I pressed it as an album.
Totally.
Yeah? I'm just making sure.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's weird now because with all the social media and with SoundCloud and Rhapsody and fucking Spotify, people are, like, dropping stuff and they're, like, calling it playlists. And it's like, bro, that's your mixtape. You know? Like, they're trying to make it, like, sound cooler. Like Drake dropped something, like, a couple days ago and it was, like, 2 songs. It was like Scary Times or something. Scary Times playlist or Scary Times like mixtape. I don't know, but it's 2 songs. So it's like
that's funny.
Is it just 2 singles or is it like?
That is the beauty of it. Is that realistically you can do whatever the fuck you want and call it whatever the fuck you want.
It's good. Just throw it out the box. There's no box anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So those were prior members?
Okay.
Or those are the current members of John's little sister?
Before it was just the 4 of us. Now, currently, it's me, Matt. Joe is playing guitar again. Mm-hmm. Now, Kathleen is playing bass.
Kathleen. Joe, Matt, Kathleen.
Joe, Matt, Kathleen, me. And then Clyde, who plays keys now. So I have a keyboard player.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he's in the band Trios. Which is they're also so good. I feel so lucky to know so many talented musicians. It's fun, yeah. And actually, Jividan and Trios have a double album release show at I hope I don't fuck this up, at the Grog Shop on the 16th of March.
16th of March at the Grog Shop.
Yeah, I'll be there. It's going to be good. They're all so good. They're so fun.
And we're not signing autographs.
I'll sign them.
No autographs.
You're going to want it because I'm going to be famous, though.
No autographs. Yo, well, I already bought your album and I need an autograph on mine before all that happens, you know? Hey, shouts out. So, okay. So are you guys working on... Wait. I'm going to get to the music in a second. I'm going to go back to you.
Okay.
So, Jess Sikon, where are you from?
I am from Mentor, Ohio, which is like 30 minutes east of Cleveland.
If you don't know, there's a street called Johnny Cake on Mentor. And that's all I know about
Johnny
Mentor.
Cake. Yeah, Johnny Cake is the same as 84.
84. Okay. I have some cousins from Mentor, too. Okay. Actually, Anthony. You know Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
My dancing-ass cousin.
Oh, that's right. He is from there. That's right.
He sure is. Yeah, shout out to Anthony. Viva La Dance Studio. You should go get some bachata lessons. You know what I mean? It's 3 steps to the left, 3 steps to the right. But if you can't do that, you should go up there. You know, a lot of steel drums and shit. Okay, so what was it like growing up in Mentor?
I actually... Okay, it's so funny that you're asking this. You know, no, I had an amazing childhood. Like, I had a perfect childhood. And this morning, I was, like, in the shower writing a little bit in my head.
Yeah.
And actually, one of the lines was, like... I'm still playing with it. It's not a completed thought. But it was like, I was just thinking about, like, why do I feel so fucked up? Like, what is wrong with me? Like, and then I'm like, it's my fucking perfect childhood. It fucked me up. You know? Like,
yo, I mean, no, I totally get that.
You know? No. My childhood was great. I have amazing, loving parents. I have three siblings that I'm all really close to. You know, it like couldn't have been any better, realistically. Yeah. You know, I feel very blessed. We had
That's good to hear that. Everybody's home. Like into their pity party half the time. So it's good to be like, no, life was good.
Yeah, like, no, like I had a fucking
it's just difficult
life.
Now.
Yeah. Being an adult is hard no matter what. Yeah. So
somebody's an adult musician. You know?
My childhood was the best part of my life. I didn't have to fucking do anything. I had pets. I could play outside.
Hell yeah.
A garden when I was little.
It's good to see you appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. Mentor, though, I don't love Mentor, to be honest. It's just like, it feels really commercial. It's weird. There's a big mall out there. I guess Mentor is known for the malls and the shopping. I'm not really into that shit. I mean, I'm a thrifter. 100%. Like, I don't even remember the last time I bought.
What's the best thrift shops right now?
Actually, in Mentor.
Oh, my
favorite thrift store is the Salvation Army on Mentor Avenue. In Mentor.
Mm-hmm. That's number one.
Number one.
Okay, top three.
Okay, Salvation Army in Mentor.
Boom.
The second one is probably the Unique in Eastlake. So first of all, Salvation Army is half off on Wednesdays. Amazing. They've got like this whole vintage section, which sometimes I feel like they don't know what they're talking about, but it's still great. Okay. You can still find a lot of shit.
They're hanging things that aren't vintage.
Yes, what are they thinking? This is clearly not
someone
vintage.
needs to call the fashion police, for sure.
Or, honestly, I find the best vintage things in the other sections,
Mm-hmm.
But, then there's the Unique in Eastlake, which is great, which is half off on, I might fuck this up, Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
Half off on Mondays. And then my third favorite is probably I don't know, Goodwill. There's a really good Goodwill in Paynesville.
Goodwill.
They're all on the east side.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone to the Value World out here, and it is good, but it's not my favorite. Like, I found a lot of good shit there for sure, but I feel like they're fucking expensive.
Yeah. It's kind of like Avalon. Like, it's like they try to act like they're kind of thrifty, but it's like, bro, like...
Avalon's cool.
It's dope.
Good shit.
It's definitely dope.
Like, the reason I feel okay with, like, supporting Avalon is because it's a local business, and I'm all about that, you know? But it is definitely... It's not really a consignment store. I mean, it is a consignment store, but it's expensive.
Yeah. It's like, it's still a deal. Like, I got this Adidas, like, windbreaker or whatever, and I still spent, like, $100 something on it, but it's originally, like, a $600 blazer.
Yeah, right.
I can't afford that. I can't spend $600 on, like, one piece of clothes, you know?
Right.
So I get it. So it's cool or whatever, but it's still a little bit pricey for I can't consider it thrift if it's that much money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Same.
Those are the spots you need to check out.
Yes.
And I always feel like the women's section in the thrift store is so much better.
It is.
Than the dudes. Like, I look at this dude shit, it's like really FUBU shit.
You know what? I will tell you, though, the Value... I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt.
No, go ahead.
The Value World on Detroit, on the west side, the one that I was, like, shit-talking a minute ago, that one has a good men's section. That's probably, it's got a huge men's section. So
it's always like some, like,
I'll
weird,
give you
like...
that one, Value World.
Some weird, like, bell-bottom pants and, like, sequins, like, Ed Hardy shirts from, like, 06. I'm like, I don't want this shit. It's not old enough to be cool yet.
Yeah, or the like local like Kirtland High School T-shirts. Like there's a ton of those.
Yeah. Like, I'll buy those hats though. I do like the hats ones. Just like Illyria Eagles.
Yeah.
Like I wear that shit. Some dope shit. So those are the thrift shops. Okay, so you grew up in Mentor. Everything was great. So, at what age did you start experimenting with music? You know, like, and it doesn't mean that you had to be recording anything. Perhaps, like, when I was, like, 8 or 9, I just started writing stuff because I didn't, like, I hated school because at that time I went to a predominantly white school and it was just a bad time.
Just felt weird.
Man, it was black sheep for real. Like, black
literally.
sheep. Literally black as fuck sheep, you know what I mean? And I had trouble with that for a little bit. Well, not very long. But I would write about it. And then that's what kind of got me into music. I was like, yo, this is nice. I can keep this to myself or I can share it, but it's a release, you know?
Your personal
so I don't know how it started for you, but when was, like, the beginning of that?
Well, I think that originally, I mean, I have been a singer since I was, like, 2. So I used to, and I you know, again, I had this awesome influence in my uncle. He was really into theater and is still really into theater. And so he was like a third parent to me, up throughout my whole growing up. And he lived with us at one point. And when
the theater.
And so, he was very supportive, and I would sing in the shower all the time. I took 3 showers a day when I loved being in the shower. It was my favorite thing to do.
At least you're a clean kid.
Yeah. And so I think it's because I liked the way it sounded when I sang, honestly. Like the echoes.
The reverb
was so nice. And I used to do this thing where I would cup my hands over my ears and sing in the shower. And like the combination of my voice being muffled and the water on the top of my head sounded so cool.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, I would just sing, and I would sing songs that I knew, and I would make up songs. Like, there were, home videos of me as a little kid, just, on the swings, just, making shit up, and the sky is so blue, and the sun is bright, just, stupid shit, little kid shit. But I would do that.
That's how you know you have a good family, when you have home videos.
Yeah.
To interject. That's how you know shit's... That's how you know shit's tight.
There's this one video specifically where, it was that one, actually, where I'm on the swings, and I'm singing, making up this, silly song, and the video pans over to my brother Chris, who's on the picnic table in nothing but cowboy boots, literally butt ass naked in cowboy boots. But it was cold outside, so he had socks on his hands. He's so stupid.
Kids, man.
Yeah, and he was singing "Achy Breaky Heart" on the picnic table. Yeah, it was really good.
Did he get grounded for that?
No, oh my god, no, they loved it. He was probably 2 years.
What's up with every kid going through a cowboy boot phase?
Yeah.
Because I went through that phase too. I used to wear fucking.
Cool.
I wore this Superman shirt with the cape and overalls, and I wear my shit like Chance does now with the fucking half thing open, like Superman right here. And then I have my shit rolled up with my fucking cowboy boots, and I wear that shit every day until I couldn't.
I had cowboy boots too. I had pink cowboy boots, and I had white cowboy boots, and I had red cowboy boots.
That's the life, the cowboy life. It's
But I know. I think that's probably it. Everybody just really secretly or subconsciously yearns to live the cowboy life. It's I don't want to give a fuck about anybody else. I'm just gonna smoke cigarettes and drink whiskey and be on my own with my companion, my horse companion, and maybe a dog, and just
got my jug of non-label liquors, got X's on the jug.
That's how you know it's good.
Through town.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
And just play your guitar at night at campfire. What better life than that,
Yeah, I'm glad. It's awesome that things are getting more modern and we are evolving, but there's some things we could hold on to, and that may be one of them.
Yeah.
So wait. I'm sorry. I cut you off. Wait. So we're still talking about
the start.
The start of writing. So it was a bit influenced by your uncle, you say?
Yeah, because he would show me my favorite musical when I was little was Into the Woods. Oh, and I knew the whole thing. Especially my favorite scene was the Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. And I literally knew I knew every single move. I knew every single word. Mm-hmm. And I would ask him all the time. I was 3, and I would be like, Uncle Mike, I want to play Into the Woods, and he'd be like, sure. And there's a video somewhere, I haven't seen it yet, but he tells me that he has it in his stuff somewhere. But as a 3-year-old, acting out the entire scene of Into the Woods, and he was the wolf, and if he fucked up a line, I would correct him. I'd be like, no, that's not what you say. He says this, so I did that, and and there's some parts that I didn't know all the words, so I would just kind of make up my own words to fit in there, or what I thought they were maybe. But what's so funny about it is he tells me that he has this video, and I remember that day, which is crazy. But so I would recreate stuff. I would act out my favorite Disney movies. He tells this story a lot too, so I love Beauty and the Beast, and Belle was my favorite. Yeah. And so, but I loved Gaston, the fucking asshole. And I'm like, dude, it started when I was little. I just like assholes. I don't know what the problem is. No.
Yeah, I noticed that, buddy. I fucking noticed that. That's probably why you're doing an interview with me. You know what I mean?
No, Joe is cool. He's kind of an asshole sometimes, but I love him.
Man, nobody wants a nice guy.
I'm an asshole. Everybody's an asshole.
Who wants a nice guy?
But, No, but so I loved Gaston, who was like, you know, the like psycho dude who was like super misogynistic and into himself, and you know, and
I saw. So I'm, a Disney baby too. Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing some kind of like, people put like creepypasta videos and like, this is what they really meant by this movie.
Yeah, right.
And with the Beauty and Beast, so he was kind of a dick and he was kind of a misogynist into himself, but he really wasn't that bad of a guy. If you really think about it.
I have to watch it again.
If you really think about it, because it's like this giant beast thing is all over the chick he likes. It's not like it's like some nice guy and he's just like, fuck that nerd. You know what I mean? It's like some beast thing.
Right. He doesn't understand. I get that. But the thing about it is I remember in the beginning he was so pushy about marrying. She was clearly not into it, but he still was like, Belle, please. Like, Belle. And he was like all up in her face. Like,
he said please.
But please. She said no. He said please. But
so I'm saying,
she said no. You don't ask again.
Okay, I'm just saying, at least he said please. Like, I'm saying that he's not so bad.
He did say please. That's polite. He's polite. At least he's a polite asshole. but so I would, with my uncle, I'd be like, you want to act out Beauty and the Beast, but I would call it Belle and Gaston because that's really what I was interested in. I wasn't interested in the part of the Beast. I wanted to like play out the drama between Belle and Gaston, and I would abbreviate it. Like I would go up to him and like I remember this even like I was probably like 4, and I went up to him and I was like, Uncle Mike, you want to play a little B&G? Belle and Gaston, like what's my problem?
What the fuck? Yo, that's good.
And so I know, and so I'm gonna act it out for the people that can see, but like my uncle tells this story, and he was like, so I was like, okay, so you need to ask me to marry you, I whispered to him, and he's like, okay, Belle, will you marry me? And I'm like, no. Like turn my head away all coyly. No, I won't. And so one time my uncle asked me, he was like, okay, so what is it that you like about Gaston? And without any hesitation, I was like, his voice. I love his voice. Yeah. It's so deep and rich. Still, I remember it's so sexy. It's so good. But yeah, no. So that was that. And then when I was little, I did like chorus, like choir stuff. I was in the Singing Angels, which is like this like Cleveland children's choir.
Cool.
So I did that, and then I started.
What did you guys sing? Just like church music, or?
No, it wasn't church. Holiday it was like a lot of holiday music, and also we did just like classic choral stuff. Honestly, I don't really remember. Okay. I was like 9. I do remember that this is probably the saddest story of my life, of my music career for sure. But so I was probably like 9, and I was gonna audition for a solo in the Singing Angels. Mm-hmm. And so I prepared for it for weeks. My uncle played piano, so he would like help me, and I was gonna sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz, which was my favorite movie when I was little. And so I prepared for it. I loved it. When the time came to audition, this girl auditioned right before me, and she sang the same song, and it was so good that I didn't even do it. It sounded so pretty that I was just like, no, I'm not even gonna do it. Isn't that so sad?
Dirty bitch.
Like I look back on it now, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't even give myself a chance.
Damn.
Like I know. So I've learned from that experience, and you know what? Worst case scenario, I don't get the audition.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just bad luck.
That was bad luck.
And then now you know to have a backup song.
Yeah. Yeah, I've learned from this experience. I never have one audition song prepared. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a great story.
I know. Yeah, so and then
that did not deter you from your dream whatsoever. Just from that one audition. But that didn't stop you at all. That's
like the only thing I feel like I'm good at is singing. So it's like
you can play instruments. I never had the patience. Like I can make beats and stuff, but that's like
which I want to learn. I want to learn how to make beats. I want to start doing more like
I know, and you told me about that, and I bet you'd be great at it. And especially since you can play what? Bass? You play guitar?
I play, yeah. Well, I can play guitar. I'm not a guitar player. Like I can play it. Like I can play chords, and I play rhythm guitar.
But you can get down like at least being on the rhythm side.
For sure, right? I play rhythm guitar. I'm not a lead guitar player. I wish I was, but I'm not.
Okay, but that's still skill. Like I can't do that.
Yeah, it took, and I think I started playing guitar when I was 17.
Yeah,
17. Yeah. And but yeah, no, bass is fun. I've just recently started. Like, I can't even really say that I'm a bass player because, like, I don't own a bass. I don't, like, practice bass often. But, like, I play, like, bass lines on my guitar when I'm by myself and I'm playing. Mm-hmm. And then I did play, actually, my roommate, Robbie, is in a band called Leaf Borby and the Family Tree. And his first show ever, I played bass for them. And it was so fun. I loved it. It was, like, my favorite instrument that I've ever played.
What was the band called again?
Leaf Borby and the Family Tree.
Leaf Borby and the Family Tree? Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen to them, too. Mm-hmm. Robbie. Look that up.
Yeah, look that shit up. But so, yeah, it's fun. I like it. I like that. So I'm learning bass. I'll say I'm learning bass.
So,
and I'm learning keys. I can, like, kind of, like, hack. That's what I'm learning keys, but too. I can do it, you know?
I can just, like, play some, like, Kanye covers. Nice. Some of his beats.
I'm trying to learn.
But I can't play what I can imagine. Can you read music?
If I sit down, I used to be able to read it pretty consistently. I haven't practiced it in a really long time, so, like, I can read it, but it, like,
there was a time where you could, like, you learned, but then, like, but you have a bit of the gift and the gist, so you don't really need it at this point.
Yeah, I don't really ever find myself needing to read music. Like, if I know what the chords are, like, I can play it.
Yeah. So I can't read music at all. Yeah. So when I make beats and stuff, it's literally just on my ear and whatever sounds right. Like, even if I try to play keys, I'm just like,
which honestly is a great way to learn. It's a great way to play.
I don't know if this is minor or major, but it sounds good to me, you know?
I love that. Part of me wishes, like, there was that, I don't even know what the word is. Like, no. Just the kind of just like, I mean, I feel like I need to unlearn a lot of things just so I can be like, this sounds really good. I don't need to worry about what it is. Although I will say, playing with other people, it's really helpful knowing what chords are, you know?
Yes. And that's with anything, you know? Yeah. Being amongst other creatives and stuff, you know? I always feel like... Like, so we'll take, like, with art, right? Like, so you can major in that. So you can go to art school and major in art. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't matter because if you're just somebody who has that gift, you don't need any school. Because you're just going to be that talented. Will it help? Yes, of course, because it'll make you more disciplined. Right. But in some people's, like, theory, it might even put a limit on what you can do because now you're so structured and so disciplined that you won't think out the box a little bit. Right. And that's what that can take from it. Right. But so it's both ways, you know what I mean? It can help you structure it, but then sometimes I feel like it can keep you down a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
And so I haven't ever chased trying to learn how to read notes for real. Like, I mean, I guess they taught us when we were little with, like, some ta-ta, ti-ti-ta shit, you know? But, like, other than
which is helpful.
Which is dope.
Actually, the whole
my most fun class.
The whole half, that has helped me so much. Like,
there we go.
Like, on the piano and on guitar. Yeah. But... Yeah, actually, I went to school for photography, and I love that. Like, I love photography. But you're right. It's the discipline, and I think it's the practice. Because when I've seen
camera.
No.
Oh my gosh!
See, that's the thing.
I have a $700 camera. iPhone X is better than that.
Yeah, I bet. It's fucking crazy. I know. Honestly, that's why I paid $700 for my stupid iPhone that's broken because of the camera. Because I like doing videos.
My boy sent me to because he just got it, right? And we went out, him and his girl, and we were just, like, getting coffee and just fucking around the hot city. And he was, like, taking these pictures and shit. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
he's like,
I got this new iPhone, bro. And so he sends me the pictures. And he picked really bad ones. I was, like, really angry in the shots he got. Like, really angry. I'm like, bro, don't put this out. Yeah. But it was so good. Yeah. And I was like, I'm about to go on Craigslist right now and sell this camera. Yeah. I can just buy this iPhone.
I know. So. It's crazy. Yeah. I like doing film photography. Yeah. Like, yeah. That's why I dropped out of art school was because I started doing the digital stuff. And I was like, fuck, like, it's, like, not the same. Like, I love being in the dark room. Like, getting my hands in the chemicals, even though it's probably part of why I have any issues. I have issues because, you know, since my childhood was
film chemicals straight to the brain.
Yeah. No, but, like, No, I love it. It's so much fun. But yeah, so I was like doing the darkroom thing for years, and I think it was good because it like forced me to be. It forced me to practice a lot. Like I had to be taking photos all the time. I had to be developing all the time because it was for school.
Yeah.
And so you just get good by practice. And so I think that that's what school is good for, is the discipline and the like making you practice it. You know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're self-disciplined and you practice it on your own and you have, you know, if I had access to a dark room, I'd probably be doing it more, you know, and film's expensive. So, you know, again, an excuse, you know, like whatever. I don't know. I'm thinking about going back to school for film, actually.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. So I can, like, start learning the digital stuff, because it's like, okay, inevitably that's a part of it now. Like, I have to learn it if I want to do it.
That's true.
I want to learn the programs. Yeah, I want to learn the programs so I know how to do it.
As far as editing and stuff like that.
Yeah, film stuff. Because I can do, like, Photoshop.
Yeah.
For photos, but I want to do moving pictures.
Just a little more.
I want to do music videos. I think is really what I want to do. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I have one buddy who does that stuff, but he never wants to, like, spill the beans on how he does it.
Yeah, of course.
And I feel that. I'm like, whatever, like...
Some people naturally want to teach. Like, they're just, like, natural teachers, and they, like, want to share. And some people just, like, are uncomfortable in that place. So
this is a big thing. Is with the hip-hop community around here. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a fucking dick and an asshole. I'm not relatable. But it seems like it's not very supportive. Nobody wants to teach the next person something because they feel like they'll step on toes or take something of theirs. I've never had that attitude in my life because I'm going to get mine regardless. It doesn't matter if you know what I know.
Yeah.
I still have the people I work with, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Does it feel like that in... you know, the rock scene, we'll say, as far as around Cleveland, the local scene? Does it feel like people aren't supportive, or there's a little too much negativity, or what is it?
You know, that's a good question. I, generally speaking, no. It's been very supportive for me. Okay, like, I have a lot of awesome friends that are, like, totally willing to sit down with me and show me bass lines and show me guitar riffs and, like, teach me things and, like, teach me drums. You know, like, I have a lot of really awesome friends that are willing to do that. I have, though, felt the sense of... From one band in particular, whose name I'm not going to mention. But I have felt like... I don't want to say it's intimidation, because I don't think that's what it is. Like, I don't think it's because they think that I'm better, and so they don't want to, like, help me out. But I think it's, like, there's something. There's some reason.
They're competing
with you. Because they're so good. They're so good. Like, there's no reason that there would be any intimidation factor. But it's, like, almost...
In our minds.
Yeah. And it's, like, so... I don't know what it is. So I have felt like they've, like, tried to distance themselves from me and working with me because of that, like, association even, maybe. I don't know. But, like...
But that comes out in this scene a lot. Like, I did this in my last interview, too, and my buddy, you know, Darius, was talking about that as well, was that people will sit there... I've been to plenty of studios... and we'll rap or we'll sing or whatever, and people will be like, oh shit, that's really good. But then we're like, okay, then why won't you make a song with us? Why won't you share my stuff? And I don't want to automatically assume that it's negative.
Right.
But that's the same kind of energy. It feels like maybe they're a little threatened in a way or scared. But if they really knew you, if they sat down and talked to you, it's like it's all mutual, you know.
It
like,
is all mutual.
Even if I made a song with you, right? We made some kind of crossover song, you know, and even if you were just singing on the chorus or the hook, right? Say that song blows up, you know what I mean? And it's my song. Even if I never worked with you again, it doesn't matter, because that was such a great thing we did together that we both shine off of that, and we both can eat just off of that one song, you know? And I feel like people around here don't realize that, you know?
Well, yeah. And
either I can make something or we can make something.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. It's like, I think that maybe it's like people are afraid that their individuality is being somehow sacrificed in a way, which I can understand, but I don't know that I've ever experienced that myself. Yeah. Like, well, okay, so I know, for example, like Jividan. So it was like, it's Joe and Brandon were both in John's Little Sister at one point, and they're both in Jividan, and also my brother is in Jividan.
Okay.
So I am very closely associated with that band, right? Like in that we shared for a long time. We shared 2 bandmates, and I'm the sister, and my brother was also in that band. Well, I felt like I know that they don't. A lot of times they don't want to. I don't know. I think it's like maybe there's something of the association. Like they want to be like individualized, and they don't want to be. They want to make sure people know that we're not the same. Which is like obviously we're not the same. Like I get that. Yeah. So like I don't think anybody thinks that we're the same. And but I have noticed like some hesitation in them, like wanting to like. Like book shows together or work together because of that. Like they want to keep that distinction, which I do understand, but at the same time, I don't really agree with it, I guess, maybe.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to hear like your opinion on that. So getting away from the music, what do you like to do other than music? Because you need a break sometimes, like yes. You have to have a little normal life, and you gotta do. What do you do to relax? What do you do to have fun? What are some things?
I love
other
yoga.
Than thrifting.
I love doing yoga. Well, thrifting is like thrifting is a meditation. I love yoga, and I love like meditation. Like I'm very.
And don't you have like a yoga thing that you do?
Yes.
Is it like your class?
Well, I teach yoga. Yeah. So I teach yoga. Drop that. Wednesday night, 7:30 at the yoga room. If anybody's interested. At
the yoga room, that's
in Little Italy.
Little Italy, Little Italy. That's like Mayfield, right? Yoga room.
Well, like Cleveland Heights, I think technically Cleveland. Right?
I think when it's Little Italy, I think it's technically Cleveland at that point.
Yeah.
It's like right on the line there. Okay, so one more time, drop that one more time so people know.
Little Italy, 7:30 Wednesdays. I teach yoga.
Boom. Okay. Now what else you like?
I like to do visual art stuff. Like I like, I'm going to be in an art show on April 4th. The venue, I don't remember right now. I'm sorry. It's a church. I'll put it on my Instagram.
Is it that church they sell them stones out?
I actually have no idea. My friend Margaret.
I swear I know. I bet I know where that's at.
You might.
Because they do a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, so I'm going to have an art show. So it's a photography / collage project. Yeah. So I do collage a lot. I do photography. I do painting a little bit and drawing.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. I like to do those things because it's just like, it's nice. I just like doing like things that look beautiful. Like I like interior. Like I'm so excited. I'm about to move into a new apartment and like I love moving into a new space. It's like a clean slate, a fresh canvas. I'm going to just like, decorate it. Like I love creating a space for myself. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Did you ever like nanny or babysit?
I did. Actually, I nannied
because you're kind of babysitting that beer, so I'm just wondering.
I have to pee really
I gotta pee too. So I gotta edit the shit, you know what I mean?
Okay. Should I go?
Yeah, let's just take a break real quick. I gotta pee too.
Because you're nursing that beer.
It's cool. We'll take turns. All right. So we taking a break right now. Y'all niggas ain't asking no questions. Thank you for Indigo for asking that question. It's all good though. I got 2. Oh my god. Look at that. Hell yeah. It's okay.
I am in the middle of recording an album right now, like a full length, my first full length. So I did an EP, which is on Spotify, called Keep It Safe. And I am recording.
Keep It Safe on Spotify. John's little sister. Fucking check that out.
So right now,
getting real. It's mostly hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm really trying to keep it calm here. People are like, "Oh yeah, so you only do rap?" I'm like, "Hell no, I don't do rap." You know what I'm saying? So that I hit you up. So I can't listen to rap all day. If I listen to rap all day, I'd just be a fucking savage.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
which some days that's what you have to do.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if I'm really trying to get it, you want
You know what? Let's do that. Let's do this one. Yeah, right? Let's do that. We're drinking this Disco Godfather by Platform, which is like this Cleveland brand.
Boom.
Cleveland brewery, you know?
Yeah, let people know about Platform.
Of course, it's exploding on my bed. But, so, Yeah, so I'm recording this full-length album with this guy named Justin Morris. And
I know who that is.
he worked on an album for Chevelle.
I know that guy.
Out of Seattle, which ended up being like this really cool album. But so we're recording out of, I was telling you a little bit.
Yes.
Before that.
Yes.
We've been recording at the Wonder Chamber in Austin, which is for anyone who's heard of Daniel Johnson. I think there's actually a documentary. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but it's out there. I know there's a documentary. I think it might be on Netflix about Daniel Johnson, who's this crazy, amazing musician.
It's not bad.
And, you know, Lana Del Rey's covered his song, one of his songs at least. But the studio that he recorded at is called the Wonder Chamber in Austin, and that's where we started working on my album.
Where's the weed at? I'm ready for the weed now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is an interview.
Yeah. Perfect.
Podcast interview. My very first podcast interview.
Oh, really? This is your first?
This is my first one, yeah.
What?
Yes.
That's
sir.
I'm surprised. That's Cleveland, man. That's there's so much raw talent out here. It's ridiculous.
I agree with you.
It's ridiculous. I'm just waiting for it to be our turn, you know? I don't notice as much. Okay. So tell me if you recognize this, right?
Okay.
So with hip hop and rap, there'll be like one dude. Well, I'm going to take Chief Keef, right? Have you heard Chief Keef? No? Okay, whatever. But so his name's Chief Keef. He's from Chicago, from the South Side, right? He made this song. He was on house arrest. They did the fucking video like on an iPad, and it was just and it was just thug ass song that was dope, right? So he blew up, and then it got a deal, and then so you know how A&Rs work. You know, if they're not that awesome at their job, they're just like, all right, that's the wave. So all these Chicago artists are getting hot. Then after that, it's like before that, it was like all these Atlanta artists got hot, you know? So I'm just waiting for it to be Cleveland's turn, you know? The last guy I've seen out of Ohio, and you probably would be able to correct me, having knowledge of different genres, was this guy named Trippie Redd. He kind of sounds like Lil Uzi, very auto-tune rapper. Not really my favorite stuff, but I still support him. He's from Canton. You know what I mean? But that's the last person from Ohio I've seen, like, you know, kind of glow up a little bit, you know? Have you noticed that within the, you know, alternative or rock community that one person from, you know, Arkansas could blow up, and then like all of a sudden all these bands are starting to get noticed from that town? Does that happen?
You know what? I haven't like specifically noticed that, but that would make sense in theory. I mean, you know, Dan Auerbach and Pat Carney are from Akron.
Okay.
Like, you know, for the like rock genre, blues genre. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, Cleveland's cool. I feel like, you know, what was interesting about Cleveland is I feel like people generally think of Cleveland as kind of like a rock and roll hub because of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't know. Like, that could be wrong. That could be a misperception on my part. But like, we're
like from here, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know how the rest of the world views Cleveland.
Yeah, I think they just think Cleveland are like LeBron.
Right. James, at this point, yeah. Which, by the way, if anybody has any questions, please like type them in.
Drop the questions.
It's fun.
I'm gonna keep checking.
That's my favorite part.
Checking. Yeah, it is fucking sweet. It's alright. My live stream's gonna be lit in a couple months here. We're really gonna get it popping. But I know you're hotter than me, so your shit's gonna be a little more lit.
Why is your phone screen so much brighter than mine?
I don't know.
Oh, I know why.
Because yours is all fucked up and crap.
No. Oh, yeah, that's part of it. But also, I think I can just do this. Oh, shit.
So are your DMs lit?
My DMs.
So the dudes creeping your DMs on the constant or what?
No. Luckily not.
Are you being humble? Because this is not the show for that.
There's another show for that. No, it's actually not so bad. I've had like a couple people. Oh,
I'm not saying like people being weird, like send me pictures of your feet. I'm saying like, you know, dudes like, you're so beautiful, can I take you out? Like,
no, people just leave a lot of really nice comments.
Yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Nothing too weird. People are very nice and respectful generally.
All right. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but we were talking about...
Oh, you gotta keep me on track. I'm supposed to be the host and you keeping me on track and shit. Oh, no, we were just talking about like the scene. And I was seeing if there was a trend within the alternative and rock community like there is with the hip hop and rap community. Because it's all music and I try to find things that kind of, you know, bring us together as far as like similarities and shit. Ooh, excuse me. But you know, so you're dropping the album. Yes. Do you have a date?
No. No date.
I'm always trying to bring the pressure with the dates.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm not finished with it. We have the majority of it finished. I have to lay all the vocal tracks still, which is my favorite part. I'm super excited about that. So,
wait, so what genre of music would you consider yourself?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Like, you know, if I go into FYE, right? And, you know, there's the little fucking stickers with the rock, the hip-hop, the classical. I mean, where's your CD gonna be?
I know what you mean by that.
Right? I know what you mean. I know. I'm just trying to make it, like, even simpler, you know?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, because there's so many subgenres, but that's not gonna be in the store.
Right. Maybe pop.
Yeah?
It's gonna be, like, the most basic. Yeah.
I don't hear that when I hear music.
Really? Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, I feel like I honestly don't know. Yeah. Like, I would say maybe, like, when people ask me, I generally say it's like...
Wait, before you don't, can I tell you what I think?
Yeah, please.
Okay, if I was to guess, I would say it's a... from the album I listened to, it would be a folk alternative rock. Okay. That's just from my...
Okay.
You know,
I never use the word... I'm 28 also. Okay, yeah. I never use the word alternative. Like, I've never used that. I feel like I maybe don't know what it means well enough. Like, really?
It doesn't mean anything.
But it doesn't really mean anything,
it kind of
right?
doesn't, but...
Like, I always just say we're, like... I'm, you know, as a band, we're, like a little rock and roll, folky pop. Dreamy, soulful kind of thing.
Definitely dreamy. That's for sure. I associate folk with the new age folk with the dreamy, the kind of cloudy voice. It's still present. It's still strong, but it's a little whispery. You know, it's not so aggressive, but yet it still hits you in that same spot that an aggressive song would hit you. But it's not like slapping you in the face. It's kind of just like.
Yeah,
whispering something in your ear, like
it's still just
and then it hits,
emotional.
Yeah. It hits you later. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what, and then you think about it, you digest it. You know, you take one of those showers that you sing in, and then you're like, holy shit, that made so much sense. That's what I get from it. You know,
for sure.
Okay, sorry. So
well, honestly, like I feel like the album that we're working on right now doesn't sound a lot like our last album, or like it doesn't sound a lot like the EP. It's very different. Like it doesn't sound like how we sound live. It's very, you know, because when we play live, it's me, keyboard, you know, rhythm guitar.
Red Eye Ray, what's up, Red Eye Ray?
And then, you know, keys and it's like very straightforward, like 5-piece band. But on the album, we're doing more like harmonies with the vocals, and we use a mellotron, which I'm so excited about.
Have you ever
fucked with a mellotron?
Please tell me what that is.
Oh my god, it's amazing. And so it's like a keyboard, but it's not. It's like it's got like all these it's got all these different effects and sounds, and you can make a mellotron sound like almost any other instrument you can think of, plus some. Like it's beautiful.
So it's like a sampler?
It's kind of like a sampler, but it's just like, I don't even know how to describe. It's just like its own thing. It's it's a keyboard with all these like beautiful sounds that come out of it. Okay. And my brother is like, Christopher came to Austin with me when we were recording, and he's a really good piano player. Like he's good at everything. So he played the mellotron a lot on my record, or has so far. And it's sweet. I have to move this.
That's good. It's got two different. You just gotta make sure you get yourself in there.
I think that's good.
Are you in there?
Okay, cool. Yeah. But so yeah, no, so there's Meltron, and we use synth on my record, which
And that's, what is this, like a first time?
So yeah, it's a first time synthesizer, using the synthesizer. So that's super exciting.
There you go. Ask questions.
But no, yeah, it's fun. I like it. It sounds different than anything I've done, and Morris, the guy, my friend who is the producer and engineer, he's just so good to work with. Like, I feel like we're very much on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
And we can talk to each other very honestly about the sounds and about our feelings about the sounds, and it's good. It's just like feels like a really healthy musical relationship.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about, yeah. It's cool. Everything's good.
So, okay, so for a producer, for your style of music in your band,
Mm-hmm.
what do they plug in? What do they actually do for you?
My band?
Or, if it's your band, the engineer, and then the producer, what is their job?
Okay, so...
Because it's not like a producer for me might be trying to give me a chorus or a hook, or they might even be making the beat as well. And they're like, hey, I have this idea for the song, but my voice is corny. Your voice is dope. So say this and blah, blah, blah. That's how it works for me. Okay. But how does it work for a whole band? You've already written your own music.
Okay, so actually... The record, the new record we're working on isn't the full band. It's like just me, really. I mean, well, it's not just me. I mean, I've had different musicians come in and play on the record, but I'm not using it like, it's not like my band is like playing the whole record.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's typical or not. Like, I'm not really sure. The first time when we recorded the EP on Spotify, we had, it was like the four of us that like did the whole thing start to finish. So this one is me and Morris, the producer / engineer.
Yes.
Working together kind of like as a collaborative thing where it's like my music, but he gives me a lot of ideas as to how to perform it. Okay. And
so he brings a lot of like intangibles.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had, so my drummer Matt came to Austin with me and laid a couple tracks. Like, so he's playing drums on it, and he is really good too. Like, he's really helpful in arranging. So like he's helped me come up, he makes all the drum parts. But he gives me a lot of ideas about like, well, maybe we should like for this one song, for example, I can give you a specific example. It's called What's Wrong. And during the bridge, he suggested that we like play this totally different rhythm in this one section of the bridge. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I love that idea. So we did that, which that was all him. Like, that wasn't me.
And you did it after recording what you did in the studio.
So we did some like rearranging.
So you did yours, and then he's like, how about some of that?
Totally.
And then you played it over again.
Yeah, and we redid it the way he suggested it, and I liked it. Yeah. We liked it. It sounded better.
Then that is definitely a producer.
Yeah, yeah. So, but that was my drummer that suggested that, So we're kind of like all producing, but I would say that, Morris is definitely like the main producer. He's the one who's like, him and I are working like hand in hand on this project, It's like, it's my music, but it's like his sound.
And he's still back in Austin?
He's in San Antonio right now.
San Antonio right now? Is he like just moving?
Yeah.
With work?
Yes. Yeah, he is. He goes back and forth. He works at Sonic Ranch Studios in San Antonio. Right? Yeah.
In my head, but it sounds official.
Yeah, no, it is. It's like a big recording studio.
Yeah, people think there's these like, especially nowadays, like, it's a shame that people think that it's like you make it or you don't. Like, that's not it. There's so many jobs in between as producing and writing, and you can, Like,
that's what the Grammys are, part of what the Grammys are for, like to like credit the producers and the musicians.
Like, you see the face, but you don't see the 20 people that helped make that.
For sure. Oh, and they all
got paid.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I could not do this shit by myself. I mean, maybe I could if I like spent. It would take me years to learn everything. If I had the intention of doing a record 100% by myself, I could totally do it. It would just take me a really long time to learn how to do it. You know, but. No, that's like the beauty of like having it. But I still couldn't do it the same way because like there's so many, you know, other people's thoughts. I love working with other people musically and creatively because like they, you know, other people come up with shit that I would never think of, you know.
It's so much more fun that way.
It's more fun. It's like I feel like it gives everybody this like extra dynamic of like being or
for sure
a tool to like expand themselves more. Like every person is a tool for an artist. If you know, like a group of people working together artistically, each person in that group is a tool for everybody else to expand upon, you know, and like use their talent and make it even bigger and better because there are all these different and other talents and ideas coming into it to make it something bigger than anybody in that group, you know? So
when you do something that's as solo as you can get, do you ever get sick of yourself?
Yes, all the time. I'm so sick of myself. You know, like I play solo shows like pretty often, but like honestly, it's just like I'm tired of like playing these songs. Like, you know, I play them by myself in my room. Yeah. It's like I'm writing songs and like there's like this song that I'm working on right now. I'm like halfway, like I'm almost finished with it. I'm more than halfway done with it, but it's like, fuck, I just like, and it might be one of those songs that just like doesn't ever turn into anything because I'm sick of it already. You know what I mean? So, but you know, sometimes I'll sit down and a whole song will come out in like an hour. Yeah. And like those are the ones usually that I enjoy playing the most. But that's the thing, I guess. It's like, sometimes I don't want to hear my own songs, you know, like sometimes I like that. And then it's nice that I can play an instrument because then I can sit down and learn other people's songs to like give myself a break for myself, you know?
Hell yeah. That's when I write stuff, I love it. Yeah, your shit's booming more than mine. I love it. Oh, I think I might have a question. But after like 2 weeks, I'm like... but we change, you know, we're growing.
And that's the beauty of working with other people too, is that you get bored of it less because you're not the only one working on it. It's somebody else's information, like somebody else's brain, and for some reason it's more exciting.
Okay, I have another question. Ready? Well, you already answered, do you love performing? In a way. Do you love performing?
I do love her. You know, okay. I do love...
what do you love about performing? We'll expand upon that.
That's a good question. Well, first of all, I just want to say that I do love performing, but sometimes I hate it also. I don't hate it. I mean, I wouldn't say that I hate it, but I have really bad stage fright. Like, I get stage fright pretty intensely. So like I still do it. I always do it, and it's always fine. It's always great, you know. I also love it, but it's one of those things where if I know I'm performing, even subconsciously, I'm kind of a bitch all day. You know? Like before I perform, I'm kind of just like bitchy all day. And it was when I used to do performances when I was younger. I would do recitals with choir and stuff. And my mom would say to me, "Are you nervous?" Because I would be a bitch, you know, and like I would just be in a bad mood. I like would be mean to everybody, and my mom was like, "Are you nervous? Is that what's going on?" And it made me realize, like, holy shit, yeah, I am just really nervous, you know, and like it's just like throwing me off. And so now that I know that about myself, I can like
always get them butterflies,
hone in, and like, and it's funny. I feel like I have this pattern, and maybe this is common for people, but where I'll be subconsciously nervous and kind of on edge like the majority of the day, and then it's like, but it's still kind of in the back of my head. But then I know at a certain point, like a certain number of hours before the performance, I'll feel totally fine, not worried about it at all, won't even be thinking about it. And then I don't really get nervous until like 20 minutes before, and then I'm like, holy shit, like it's about to happen. And then when I get on stage, I'm usually totally fine. Mm-hmm. But it's like this like buildup of stage fright. And then I get on stage and it's fine. But if I'm not focused on the music, like if I'm not focused on what I'm doing, then I like can easily fuck up. So I have to be kind of like.
It's okay.
Do you want to plug it in?
I don't have my plug, so no, it's all good. Yours is fine though. Sorry, they got enough. Yeah. They got enough. I don't like that live shit. You know what I'm saying? I do and I don't. Damn. So where we at? Okay, we still got some time. Damn, you're giving me so much game right now.
But
fuck.
what do
you
I
have
love
any shows
about...
coming up?
No.
Okay, when I say coming up, I mean like in this month or next month.
No.
Okay.
No, I actually just played my last show for a while, and like from this point on for the next couple months, I'm gonna be like writing, and I'm gonna go back to San Antonio to finish recording, and I'm gonna like just take time to like sit with my band, because like we're all fairly new together, working together, with the exception of me and Matt, because we've been together in the same band this whole time. Like him and I have been the only like consistent original members.
That's how it always is. What's up with that? A lot of bands always gotta change. I mean, people and shit. What's up with that?
We could get into why my situation changed, which is like really intense.
You can get into that, and you can get into why it always happens.
Maybe I shouldn't talk about it, but well, it was like a romance thing. It was like a fucking Fleetwood Mac, like.
This you gotta remember. This is all publicized. You know what I mean? It's
I know,
gonna be
that's
great.
what I'm saying.
No, it's great because since we're so local, you gotta listen though. No,
like, we have the most viewers right now that we have this whole time.
There we go. Like, yeah, it's like this is so local that. You know, if we truly both believe in each other and that we'll both make it to whatever our goals are, this will be something we can look back on and be like, oh my God, remember when we were in your fucking room with the Christmas lights? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Talking about this shit before we really knew what it was. So it's like, please, whatever you feel like sharing, like I would love to hear it. And, you know, the fan base I'm trying to build would love to hear it too. Because this is what my show's supposed to be, you know? But it's up to you, you know? So like,
will you introduce yourself again to our...
Oh, yes. My name is Patrick Northern. I just changed my rap name to Plum Gangsta, so we're going to see how that works. But I don't know, because I feel like if I keep my name Patrick Northern, I might like not be able to get a job. Northern. I love my name, too. I really appreciate that.
Just fucking keep it.
Oh, my God. But you can look up shit on YouTube or whatever, and you can look up my name. But it's like super thugged out. You know, you're right. Who cares? Whatever. Who the fuck cares? It's just another AKA. I like to just
if they don't like you for who you are, then fuck them.
You know what? You're right. You're right. Fuck you niggas, man. No, I just like to put out music with different like AKAs and stuff. So right now it's Plum Gangsta. But yes, Patrick Northern, Thelowroad is the show. This is the second episode, and I'm lucky enough to have my beautiful guest here. Yes?
Yes.
Right. It's not just rap, and it's not just a bunch of dicks. Okay? It's a bunch of fucking powerful, feminist women and strong men who are trying to change the world. That's what I'm trying to do. Who aren't afraid to say shit. I'm not just trying to get clout points out here and just get an interview with someone kind of famous and stand next to people. I don't give a fuck about that, you know, so.
Well, we will be famous.
Boom. There we go, yeah. Exactly.
Just putting it out there.
Right.
Just saying.
It's a positive energy.
Yeah.
You have to think it to believe
Khalid,
it.
you know Khalid? Yeah, that young, dumb, and broke, young, dumb.
Sounds familiar. Fuck.
Yeah, no, you would know it if you heard it. He's got that. It's American Teen, I think, is his album.
American Teen.
It's so fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Like he won Grammys. I don't know. No, sorry. He was nominated for Grammys. I don't know that he won any actually, because I haven't looked at the whole.
So what do you listen to now? What are some things you listen to now?
Wait, let me just say real quick before I get there. Khalid, definitely one of them. But I just saw I follow him on Instagram, and he posted this thing today that said that 4 years ago he tweeted...
I'm gonna take this one, because this is like backwash.
Yeah. 4 years ago he tweeted that he was going to be at the Grammys, and now he's at the Grammys. He's like, and here I am at the Grammys, and it's like, I mean, I believe that so wholeheartedly that like affirmations, like you will get what you want. You just gotta like believe it's gonna happen and like keep putting it out there over and over. So I'm gonna be at the Grammys within the next few years. Just like it's gonna happen.
I'm gonna be there too. I'm gonna act like I'm bored.
No, not like that.
Whatever.
I mean, if I ever get to the Grammys, it would be like 100% dream come true. Like I think most people can say that.
I'm just saying, but how are you gonna? How are you gonna? Yeah, so it's a dream come true for everybody there, especially if it's their first time. But how are you gonna keep your? Are you gonna keep your composure? Or are you gonna fan out?
Okay, well, this is how the only thing I have to gauge that by is the way I interacted with Dan Auerbach when I saw him at the West Side Market. And because Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys is from Akron, Ohio, right?
Boom. So everybody knows that.
Him coming to Cleveland, like, isn't that crazy? So there's this the West Side Market in Cleveland.
Yes.
I was there and I saw him, and my brother was like, "Holy shit, that's Dan Auerbach." And I was like, what the fuck? You're right. Oh my God. Like, my brother walks up to him because my brother was listening to music at that time. And he walks up to him and he's like, hey, dude, I'm like listening to you in my earbuds right now. Like, fuck yeah, you know? And I literally just looked at him and was like, frozen. And I was so surprised because I had never been starstruck before. And I saw him and I was like, holy fuck. And this was years ago too. This was like 2 years after Thick Freakness came out. So they were like, they were newer. They were becoming really big, but they weren't what they are now. You know what I mean? Okay. So I saw him and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I knew it because he was a Cleveland band and because I mean, I think they were pretty big at that point. I'm not really sure, but like I really was into it at that point in time. And so yeah, when I saw him, I kind of fanned out. And then when I saw
how did you fan out exactly?
I fanned out in that I didn't say anything, and in my mind I was freaking the fuck out, and I should have just gone up to him and been like, dude, you're cool as fuck. Can you marry me now, please?
Yes.
No, I should have just been like, hey man, like I really enjoy your music and I really appreciate it. But at that time, I was just like, well, you know, I should have done whatever. It shoulda, coulda, whatever, you know, but whatever. Right. You know, if I would have done it again, that's what I would have done. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was better that I didn't say anything to him. And just in my mind, being like, oh my God.
It just happened.
You're amazing. It was you know, like, honestly, it was no, you know what it really was for me is this, like, very, like, bringing that whole, like, idea of fame and hugeness and talent back down to earth. Because it was like, holy shit, like, that guy is famous and he is so talented. And I also know that, like, and he's standing, you know, 10 feet away from me in public. Like, it's not like I went to go see him. Like, I didn't pay money to see him. He's just standing in front of me in public at a regular place.
Yes.
That was helpful for me in that it's just like, oh shit, like, I could do that, you know, theoretically, if I work really hard and get really good at what I'm trying to do and just, like, keep doing it. If it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. Yeah. Like, and there's nothing I can do about it one way or the other, you know? Like, if I'm gonna get well known, it's gonna happen. If I'm not, then, like, I will be totally happy, like, doing my thing, being an artist, just, like, living, having a family, doing whatever, you know? But, like, it could happen. Like, why not? It happened to that dude in front of me. You know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know.
You just gotta get connected with the right people, and it happens through, you know, networking, through just being talented. Yeah. It's hard and easy at the same time, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel very blessed in the people that I know right now, and in, like, the way I feel about my music and the way I feel about the momentum of my music, you know what I mean? It feels good. Like, I feel like I'm in a good place. It's hopeful. Like, it's like nothing's happened yet, really, but I'm hopeful, which is probably like one of the, like, mentally best places
you say nothing's happened like that, but I feel like you say that because you hold yourself to a higher standard. There's a lot of people who still don't know how to book a show.
Yeah.
There's still people who don't know how to really put songs together and record, So you've done a lot more than you give yourself credit for. Like, you have an album out, like, for real. Like, I don't know album out, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter about... Sales are one thing when you're talking about that, but when you're talking about that, you're already an established artist, so that's a debate. But, like, just being able to put something out like that.
Yeah,
I have a couple friends that have albums out. Sure, obviously, if I look on Billboard, I'm not gonna see that shit. But the point that they put their money towards it and they invested in their art is, awesome, and it's a great thing. And you've done that as well. Do you have like numbers? Do you have like numbers for shit?
What is going on?
So many followers watching.
No.
If I got iPhone crash, you have too many fans.
No. That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no, you're right. I think you're right. I think it really is, like, again, it's like what we were talking about before with like giving yourself what you need. Like, this is a perfect example of like getting, like, being hard on yourself for where you're at. But it's like, realistically, I'm at exactly where I'm supposed to be at. I like to think. Like, I think that's also the beauty of being an artist, and like the stress of being an artist is like this, there's always this pushing, there's always this like need or motivation to be and do, and whether it's better or just in general, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
and it's like, so there's always this desire to like do more.
Yeah.
And I think that's
always do better.
Yeah, and I think that is huge in what it takes to in being an artist in general. I think that's huge in the motivation of doing, because I think the only difference that make people artists and not artists is the action. You know what I mean? Like, I think like, everybody's I think everybody is an artist. And I think that, I think everybody is an artist in any way in general, whatever, like, everything is an art. Being alive is a fucking art, you know, just like being alive in itself makes you an artist, you know, but what makes you a visual artist or a creative artist or a sonic artist or any kind of artist is, the action of doing it and just like putting your energy into physically creating. So I think anybody can do it. It's just a matter of like how much time and energy you're willing to invest in it.
I think anybody can be an artist. And it's very inclusive the way you explained it. But every person can't. Okay, so like, you compare living, like, that makes you an artist. Like, I feel like that broadens it a bit too much. Bit too much. Okay. I feel like it's a little shorter than that or smaller than that, because it's like not everybody can be a businessman. Not everybody can be a cook. Everybody has a potential to do that, but you have to choose that, you know, and I love having these interviews, and I love meeting people like you and talking to people like you, because even though I ask these questions and I figure out where it started, I still don't have a confirmation of like really what was that spark to make you in this life see that you can just go to school and get this fucking job at FedEx and make the fucking $48,000 a year and set yourself up for life. But you're like, no, I can do that. What's making you make music in hopes? It's not always of hopes of getting rich. Like, I don't really care about being like filthy rich. Like, that would be great if I had, multi-million dollars and I had like 8 kids running around my mansion. Like, that would be dope. But like, just to make $80,000 a year off of just making music is so fine for me, and I'm sure for you to do that is great. But it's still such a risk, and it's every holiday you have to go back. Your family's asking you, what are you up to? What are you doing? What are your goals? When you date people, what are you doing? What are you gonna do with your life? And some people who are in the corporate world, it's so much more than that. It shouldn't be a risk, but as far as society is concerned, it is a risk. And it almost looks irresponsible in a way.
Well,
like, how do you handle that?
Yeah. Well,
but you're dating another artist, so that's, I know you have the support there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But as far as
even prior to that, because like we haven't been dating for very long, you know. Yeah, just like generally
it's new, it's fresh, and it's hot.
It's fresh and hot,
real fresh. Yeah. Honeymooning.
Honeymooning, baby.
That's the best part.
Yeah, it is the best part. So actually, like, let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah,
like,
please.
What happens when, like, the honeymoon phase is over? I've never been in a relationship long enough to know what happens after that.
Oh, lady player status. I mean, damn. It just is not there. It's not honeymoon anymore. It gets real. But then that's when the real love starts. Then you're like, all right, how are we going to do this?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, anyway, so.
I don't know why you asked me.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, you know, I have so much experience.
Boy.
We were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, but we stirred away from the drama.
The idea.
I thought you were about to tell me the drama.
No. The idea of being an artist in the society, essentially the society that like tells us that we need to be making $100,000 a year, that we need to be doing whatever we have to do to, which generally looks like business style, right? Because that seems to make the most money, but like that's actually not true. If you like look at what makes the most money,
right, person for person.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, businesses. I don't even know what the 1%. Like, when we talk about the 1%, like, I don't know who the fuck is in the 1%. Does anybody know who's in the 1%? Like, aren't they this, like, private group of Americans that are, like, are they businessmen? Are they entertainers?
It's like
who the fuck is in the 1%?
It's like the people who own, like, telecom and, like, Cox Cable and shit like that.
Right. So, but entertainers.
Old money.
So, yeah, business. Yeah, exactly. But it's like, if you're building up to that, like, it feels like entertainers make more money than a lot of people. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, I could, theoretically, if I was playing shows every night of the week, making $100 at least a gig.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of work, though, to get a gig for every night of the week. That's a fuck ton of work.
Especially here.
Yeah. So if I could do that and I was making $175, $150 every gig, that's for 2 hours. Like that's good money. You know what I mean? Like
that's good money to people like us. Isn't that funny that we're like, hell yeah, like, I gotta work. You know what I mean? I make my $200. I'm like, oh shit, like.
Yeah. I mean, I've never made like in a work environment. I've never made more than like $25 an hour.
Yeah,
and you know, and it's like the only reason I made that much was because I was serving, and that night it happened to be a good night. You know what I mean? Like. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't fucking know. I don't have a degree. I don't have any kind of, like... I mean, I serve. That's what I do. That's my job, my day job, you know? And it's like...
You have a lot of experience in life.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of, you know, musical trades, too. So
I'm just kind of banking. I mean, I make this joke all the time. You know? But it's, like, not really a joke. I kind of am being a little bit serious when I say that, like, I'm banking. You know, I'll, like, make jokes about how I'm going to be famous. And I'm like, well, I'm banking on that. You know what I mean? It's, like, kind of literally,
fuck a plan B.
I am. You know? Like,
fuck a plan B.
Like, man. I don't know. You know, likeliness of me actually getting famous is like very slim to none. Obviously, I feel like the fact that I'm even talking about it makes it less for some reason. but realistically, like, and that's fine. I'm okay with it. But I'm just like. Just doing what I want to do, and like it's going well, so like I'm just gonna keep doing it until it doesn't go well anymore, you know.
And you're happy? Yeah.
I'm totally happy.
And good.
Yeah, for the most part, you know. Everybody's a little sad.
Right. Especially if
in Cleveland in the winter.
Yeah, the sun's not here. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm 5 shades lighter than I usually am, so it's.
I'm pale. I'm very pale right now. I'm not usually this pale.
Very Caucasian right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, can you please drop some like handles, like Twitter handles, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. When people need to find you, where should they look?
All right, John's Little Sister Music, Instagram. John's Little Sister on Facebook. I don't have Twitter or anything like that. If you want to, like, book, though, email me at Gmail. John's Little Sister Music at gmail.com is the best way to get a hold of me. Because, like, I always, like, have all these Facebook messages and emails about booking, and, like, sometimes it's really hard to all keep in one place. So, like, if it's all in my Gmail, like, that's ideal.
Okay.
So email me about booking.
There you
don't
go.
Message me on Facebook.
There you go.
Sometimes I don't check my fucking Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook
for, like,
is not the place for that.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, Gmail. Gmail me that shit.
And one more time. Can we get the handles one more time?
John's Little Sister Music Gmail.
Boom.
John's Little Sister Music Instagram.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. And John's Little Sister Facebook.
Yes. And I definitely, I thank you for being on this, because this is already an hour and 35 minutes, right? So I'm trying to cap it off at that. And I know we can keep going for probably who knows how long, who knows, especially if we have more
soon
beer.
again.
Yeah,
So.
But thank you for coming on this. Yeah. This is awesome that people are really like
having me.
I'm having no trouble getting like guests at all.
Yeah.
I have so many people lined up. People are
Great.
like, yeah. I'm like, wow.
Fuck yeah.
Sick,
I'm so glad that you're doing like Cleveland artists. Like, I feel like that's so great.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm going to help start some kind of wave here.
I hope so. I love it.
And I like hanging out anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. I could drink and talk.
Drink and talk. Like, have you ever, do you listen to podcasts a lot?
Oh my gosh. I've been studying and trying to like emulate this shit for so long.
I love it. I like recently.
Oh, what are some of your shits? What do you listen to?
Okay, so I've been really into My Favorite Murder. Have you heard that podcast?
Oh my gosh, somebody was just telling me about that.
Yeah, it's these two women. I don't even know their names. Karen and Georgia are their names. I don't remember their last names, but they're two comedians. And one of them, I think, works on Baskets, the show Baskets, like, is a writer for...
Okay.
But, dude, they're fucking hilarious. And, like, basically, they each pick a murder or, like, some kind of serial killer thing. A serial killer or a murderer.
Yeah.
And they tell a story every single episode. And it's fucking crazy and scary. And I'm really into true crime, so it's interesting to me.
Sounds great.
But... they're funny. They somehow make it funny, and it's so gruesome and so dark, but also hilarious.
Because terrible things are funny.
Terrible things are funny after a
it's
certain
like,
amount of
wow.
time. It's like, what the
it's
fuck
like, wow,
is this
people
anyway?
are doing that.
What is this life anyway?
Yeah.
It's funny, I guess. Like, scary shit is funny.
Most like serial killers and like people like that are from Texas and Ohio. Fucking Texas and Ohio.
Did you know that most astronauts are from Ohio?
I did not know
some
that.
Crazy
I don't know why I believe that instantly.
It's some crazy high percentage of astronauts are from Ohio.
Because we're so goddamn bored.
I read an article, and the headline of the article was, "Why do people from Ohio want to leave the planet so badly?" It's like, or the gist of the article. Like, dude, I don't know, but you're right.
Oh my gosh,
we're really smart. We're too smart for this world.
I would love to be in space.
It's Ohio. We're Ohioans. We're too smart for this world.
Yeah, that's cool. Before I got hyped up to do this shit, I was like trying to watch a lot of and listen to a lot of different podcasts. It's from Drink Champs. My favorite podcaster, Tax Tone, Free Tax, is in jail. My favorite podcaster ever. I hope he gets out. And even like Joe Rogan, like I'm not into that much, but he's super popular. Anybody that gets a lot of clicks listen to like a lot of Milo, and even like Ben Shapiro, like people who like say really offensive stuff, but they back up their argument, and that's where I try to get the energy from. So I watch that and I try to be a little more nice than they are. I'm not like, I'm not trying to like bait you into saying some shit so I can get some clickbait. Like, we could have this is what, an hour and 38 minutes, right? You could have said like one thing about Chief Wahoo, and I could take those 4 words you said, like, Jess says Chief Wahoo is and then people click on it. But that defeats the whole purpose of all the things you've shared with me, so I'm not trying to do that. But they are getting rid of Chief Wahoo in 2019.
Have you ever listened to Mark Maron?
In the car just talking about that. Yeah,
right, we were.
It's gone.
Chief
Wahoo. Gone. Get rid of that shit.
Have you ever listened to Mark Maron's interviews? Yeah.
That's hot too.
What the fuck with Mark Maron?
What the fuck with Mark Maron's?
Maron.
Maron.
Yeah, he's like a comedian.
Yeah. I'm gonna check
really
that out.
He does really good interviews.
Yeah.
It's good.
Dang. This is fucking Jess fucking Sikon. Fucking John's little sister. We don't care about big ops out here. We don't care about them. We don't care about no beef.
On this podcast.
Oh, wait. Yeah. We're gonna cuss. We say whatever the fuck we want, you know? Hey, okay, so do bands beef? Do bands beef with each other?
I'm sure. I don't really have
But you
beef
don't know.
with bands.
Because it's like you never hear a diss track. It's like AC/DC. This is Pink Floyd, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Like, you never hear
Well,
that.
the only time anybody cares about
I
it
hate
is
your
when they're
fucking
like,
song.
when they're Rolling Stones artists. That's when people give a fuck.
Is that how it works?
Well, I think that's what
You know what?
I'll let you know when I'm on the cover of the Rolling Stones.
Right. I don't think you have to let me know. And at that point, I think you won't talk to me anymore because you'll get super bougie and you're super Hollywood.
No, I won't. Though.
You'd be like,
I'll
new phone, who this?
Yo, you did my first podcast interview.
Hey, you want a job? You can get my coffee. I'll pay you $30,000 a year to get my coffee and weed. And then I'm gonna be like, yes, I'll be there very soon. Just buy me the plane ticket, take it out of my fucking salary, and I'll be there, dog.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This is the Thelowroad. Thank you for coming on my show. I really appreciate this. Yes,
Yeah.
It's gonna be auto-tuned. You know, your beautiful voice.
Auto-tune.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God.